All right, I am live. So basically, doing these videos is time consuming. I am live. So basically, and it's hard for me to get content out when it's so time consuming. So I've decided to stream a few nights a month, and I think that so far I have it as the second and fourth Saturday of the month. We'll see if that sticks, but this is the first Saturday. I am going to try to dedicate it to hobbying, so I can, if I need to work to get projects done, I can use this night, as part of that. And then the second Saturday, I'm going to hopefully be streaming some gameplay. I don't know what the games will be. It'll probably just be random. But yeah, that's the plan for now. We'll see if it sticks. Right now, I need to get my wet palette set up. I got this back in March, and I've had the same piece of paper for my paints since probably, and I literally just took it out a couple weeks ago. That's how long it lasted in this freaking palette. This palette is amazing. I would recommend it to any miniature painter, anybody out there that's looking for a new palette. This thing is a beast. This is the oh great, I got it covered up with stickers. I think it's Exemplar or something. Very nice palette. And then this thing, paper is always going to curl up. That's fine. It just needs to soak up the water. It'll start to calm down. Calm its ass down. And then we can take our copper corner pieces. These work twofold. One, they weigh down the paper. Awesome. Two, the copper destroys little nasties that could be inside this palette. My other palette, freaking, anytime I closed it and didn't paint with it for more than a week, it would be filled with mold after I was done. It sucked. A little more. Got a crooked table here. A little more water in here. Alright, I think that's good, but I need to wipe it off. So, tonight, I'm still working on that freaking spaceship. Another thing with my projects that I'm doing, a while back, I told myself that I need to finish projects before I move on to another one. So this is the result of that. Me still working on this one, because I swear my mind goes a million miles an hour, and I have a new project in my head like every single freaking week. So I've got a long list of projects. Excuse me, I can't see the chat from way over here. Hello, everybody. I don't know who. What's up? I'm the only one in the stream. Right now I'm setting up my hobby table. I'm about to paint stuff. I made a mess, got water everywhere. I'm just hanging out. This is like a few hours in the week that I get to actually do hobby stuff. So I decided to stream it instead of never putting content out. So it might be kind of boring. I just got tunes on and I'm just chilling and painting. I'm about to pour myself a drink. Anybody that is new here, so this is the current project I've been working on. I don't know how well you can see it. But this is a spaceship for Tabletop RPG Traveller 2nd edition. This is our cruise spaceship. I'm trying to get it all finished up so I can move on to my next project. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's pretty close to done. These here, these are beds. So that, finish some stuff up in the back, but I'll just be doing some painting and stuff tonight. I don't know how far I'll get, but it'll only be a couple hours stream. Excuse me for just a second. I'm gonna pour myself a drink. Not sure if you're gonna hear me over here, but I'm making myself an old fashioned. It's a whiskey cocktail, if you're not familiar. Simple syrup, orange bitters, ice, and whiskey. Using Maker's Mark right now. You're totally gonna get flagged for copyright for this music. That's okay. Just about done. All right. Okay, so these are beds for our crew members. Obviously, there's some metal on here. We got a locker. This kind of looks like a TV / message receiver. Ship troopers. When Rico gets his message from his soon after ex that she's breaking up with him. It's like on a little video screen like that. And we got basic bed. Blanket, pillow, stuff like that. But I got some cool stuff I printed off. You probably can't see anything here, but printed off little images of posters. I'm going to stick them on the walls and stuff, like their personalized rooms. Should be pretty cool. It'd be nice to get to that point tonight, but right now I need to figure out colors for blankets and get some metallics out. So paint I use is Duncan Rhodes, 2 thin coats. It's by far my favorite, but there are some brands I have not used. I have Army Painter, Vallejo, GW Citadel stuff, Formula P3, and then this stuff. And this is the stuff I like the most. So do metal first. Hey, what's up, Nettle? It's going pretty good. Just put the baby down. Just poured myself a drink. Right now, I'm trying to get colors. Any suggestions for blanket colors? I have for my guy, so I don't know what I'm gonna pick a purple blanket because purple's my favorite color. It's the color of royalty. Yeah. I hope the music's not too loud. Last time I streamed, it was pretty loud in the background. Well, I'm gonna take some time to think on it. Come on. This has been a recurring issue with these paints. Big old. So this thing has come in handy multiple times. I always keep it next to me. There we go. I need water. Cup. I keep distilled water underneath me so I can always fill my cup up. Super crappy brush. It's a round number 3 brush. This is like my basing brush that I always use. I don't usually use anything different unless I'm doing detail work. This thing is a workhorse. So essentially this side and this side will be not seen, so we can avoid those sides. So start with some metallics first. Gosh, I want to get this done so bad. I've got an AOS army I need to paint. I need to drop my next video on Rust Punk. I've been working on my rule book to make it a little more readable and make it make sense. It's like it ended up being one of those things where like you're doing your thing and you're making it, and you know you're in your own head, so you know what everything means, and you don't really think to explain it much further than what you have. And then someone else looks at it and they're like, what does this mean? What's this? What's this? And you're like, oh, well, duh. I haven't said what any of that is because I've all got it in my head. That sort of thing. So I've been trying to go through and flesh all that stuff out. gonna go pretty nonchalant on this paint job because I'm gonna weather the shit out of it. So now I'm thinking about it, probably should have matched the walls to the walls and the freaking shit behind me, but whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'll deal with it. Put some washes on here. It'll just look like dirty metal. That's fine. Nobody makes the rules but me. I got a fingerprint on there? How the hell did I do that? Now, my next project, I've been wanting to work on it forever. It's like halfway done, maybe less than halfway. But I struggle because it's GW products, and god damn it, GW. That news just came out that they were suing that Italian, I think it's an Italian sculpting company that makes 3D printed models because the models could be used in GW tournaments or something like that. I mean, that's just the first problem with them. I can't even... I want to do a video of the shit show that is GW. I probably will at some point, but I really don't feel good putting any of their products on my channel. They're just shitty. Just the shittiest of the shit. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm not cool with companies doing that, what they've done to fans and stuff like that. And the massive price hikes and just their business strategy. And I don't know, dude. They can do what they want, whatever, but it doesn't mean I have to buy stuff from them. But literally, I have... It's been probably... What's today? Was it? It's the 11th. It's been exactly a month since I've watched a single YouTube video about a GW product. I've actively avoided GW products even if I'm following the creator. Like, I don't even want to... Some of these guys are like, they're stuck in, man. Like, their channels are just... Their channels are GW, basically. Like, they're basically spin-offs that they can't really go outside that bound. They have to hawk GW stuff. As small as my channel is, I definitely still notice when I put out a Warhammer short or video versus some other video, the numbers don't lie. It's a massive difference. Massive. So when you take a whole business that you've built online and you base it around one company, you know, then what that company does and everything shitty that they do, like, you're regurgitating that. And to me, it's a form of acceptance for what they're doing. And I think in large part, that's why they keep being as shitty as they are. Because creators keep making videos for GW. They keep hawking products for GW. And it's insane, man. I'm not doing it. But I think maybe what I'll do is do the projects that I have, but don't add any more GW projects. Because I might be lying, but maybe it's 2 different ones that I've actively spoken about on my channel that I want to do, but We'll see. Painting in there. Probably don't need to paint this end. I did on the other one, so. Hello, gentlemen, in the chat. My only 2 people, I think. Yeah, I don't know how many people jumped in to my channel, but I don't know what the hell was going on there. A bunch of people I don't know. It was weird. I don't know if it's... My name might be deceptive. Gaming, maybe people thought video games. I'm not doing that here. Not here, guys. After the stream, I will be playing video games, but not right now. I got a ship to build. / paint, not build. Well, kind of build. I don't think I'll be gluing anything tonight, but we'll see. I got 2 hours. Hour and a half now. See how far I can get. What I really want is speed paints. I don't know if you two have used these speed paints. James, I know you've used them, or easy listening. But I always hear praise about their metal speed paints. But I don't have any. So yeah, I would like to try those. I will say the old-fashioned tonight is really spot on. I found my molds, my ice molds. I'm going to try making some clear ice. Get real fancy. I got a couple skull molds, a D20 mold, and just some of those regular circle molds. Apparently when you freeze ice for a cocktail, you want it to be clear, because all the stuff in the air gets dissolved in the water. That's why there's white bubbles in the middle of ice cubes, I guess. You have to freeze it directionally. So, in my case, all my molds have a hole on the top. So I would want my ice to freeze from the bottom to the top, which is kind of weird to think about. But I think I'm going to invert the cooler I have, the inside, and try to fit a tray that I can put the ice molds on, and then stick it in the freezer that way. I got a deep freeze down in the basement that freezes like a motherfucker. Like, it's hard to grab stuff out of it because it's so cold and it hurts my fingers. Yeah, so hopefully I'll have some ice cubes next time you guys come over. Probably didn't need that much paint. I'm only doing 1 layer of metallics. And this is my last one, so. Yeah, I never tried the metal ones either. Oh, Death Star molds? That'd be sweet. James, I would give it to you without knowing. So you would either deny the drink altogether or you would just accept it. You know I like to be extra with my shit, man. So making clear ice sounds like the exact kind of extra bullshit I like to do. How do people even wrong number anybody these days? Like, I always have, I swear, like in the last year, Kelly's mom has butt dialed me at least once a month, if not more per month. And anytime I bring it up, it's like, how do you even butt dial people these days? It's just like, what the heck? So yeah, it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, oh, she probably butt dialed me, but I'll answer it anyways just in case. Coming back. All right. I'm moving on to the blankies. I picked purple for my guy. I don't know what to pick for the other guys. For their blankies. Easy listening. Help me out here. And I'm also giving myself the big room. That's where this one goes. Accent would be funny if she wrong dials you again. Holy crap. Against this gray primer, I can't even see this purple hardly. Fingerprints all over it. Okay, I'm gonna do white pillowcases. I almost did purple to match the blanket. I'm gonna go with yellow for Agathon. I think his miniature has some yellow paint on it. It reminds me, the miniature of Agathon reminds me of One Punch Man. So he's got the red cape, I think, the yellow shirt, and he's bald. Not gonna act like that's what One Punch Man looks like, but for some reason that's what comes up when I think of One Punch Man. Anybody watching this and saying, why aren't you thinning the paints? Fuck off. Time and place, guys. We don't need to thin paints all the time. Noise, look at that. Progress feels good. Okay. We got Nuck and Ezra. Pattern. Like a Hey, to each their own. If you're gonna use a bigger brush, go for it. I think I saw this guy on, I think it was Instagram, but he literally, he uses a giant brush like you said, but he mixes his paint with glue. So it's just like, he does it on purpose. I think it might be like one of those channels that just tries to piss people off, but I never looked at his content past that. All right. Pattern. Okay. Nope, not doing that. Let's go with, all right. Because I'm gonna poke fun at Ezra. It's the best choice, I'm sure both of you would agree. He's gonna get a sky blue blanket with some, what I got yellow on the board here, some sunshine, maybe some rainbows. That'd be fun. Oh, this goes great over white. Or should I do yellow suns or yellow duckies? Not sure how well discernible they will be from one another when I do it, but he's gonna get it. Yeah. Mixing paints isn't the funnest, like, particularly with miniatures, because you never need a lot of paint, really. So you end up mixing, and by the time you get the right color, you've got a whole bottle's worth of paint on your fucking palette. At least that's been my experience. Nuck. I'm gonna do Nuck. I'm gonna do a pattern for Nuck too. I'm gonna do like Starry Universe. That'll be fun. Yeah, can't match it again. That's like to the T of mixing freaking paints. There's a guy I watch on YouTube, Paint Coach, but I mean, he's mostly oil painter on canvas, but he's got a course for paint mixing and stuff. I think it's free. I'm sure that would translate. But yeah, just never been that interested in mixing paints a whole lot. I'm gonna have to get something figured out with my chat because I gotta lean way the hell over here. So I can't see shit. My eyes are so shot. I need to go to the freaking eye doctor. You guys seen those AI glasses? I think I'm gonna get some. It's the Ray-Ban ones I want to get. But basically, there's like a camera up here, and then the right side has a screen so you can see stuff. And then you wear this wristband, and you can use your hand, and it manipulates the screen and your glasses and stuff. It's freaking sweet. I'm not sure if they're the metal ones. They might be. They have Oakleys, I think, and Ray-Bans, and they're on version 2, I think. Shite. They're super old. Little screens. Those are cool. Those are neat. God, it's still not dry. Put a lot on there. About yellow. Yellow's good. I'll redo yellow. Need another coat on there. It's got a stain on there. Agathon seems like someone who wouldn't want blankets with stains on. He's a very prominent promenade player. Somewhat of a star, you could say. I just about dunked my brush in my freaking drink. Yeah, you can go watch the video of the glasses with the wristband. It's pretty wild. Blue's pretty much dry. Put another on there. Ideally, I'd like to have this camera set up and then another camera that's a little wider shot that I can like look into, and it's kind of a broader view of where I'm sitting. And my chat kind of in front of me, because right now it's all the way to the side and I gotta lean over to see it because my eyes suck. Should bust out my hair dryer. That'd be way too loud. Speaking of loud, is the music too loud? Last time streamed, it was loud when I watched it back. That's always the fear, you know. You create something like that, and you know his character's supposed to be good at it, and then the dice just totally fuck you, and you fail. But yeah, that was a super fun night, and part of the reason why I didn't want to play in it because it was like his thing. You know, I wanted him to have his fun with that, and I'm glad that it went smooth like that. Plus, I was able to get some intel from the crowd just by eavesdropping. I mean, that was fun. The back and forth. I mean, it was all. I mean, it even played. The other side played well too, which made it even better. You know, they were doing really good at the beginning, but then they came back. All right, good. Glad the music's not too bad. All right. I'm gonna go over his blanket one more time. Some white coming through. I'm gonna do some white on the pillows and the sheet underneath. There's a sheet underneath, a pillow, and then I think I'll work on the screens. Probably do white and then overlay a really bright green. The go-to is always green for the freaking screens in these sci-fis. I don't have any other bright colors really. I don't know. I don't really want to do green either because it's always the color is green. Oh well. It's not a big deal. Gonna be scheduling a Halo night here soon, guys. I'll check you later. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. White Star. Oh, I was gonna say I should have called it White Scar, but obviously GW would go after Duncan Rhodes for that. I'm gonna grunge these pillows up like nobody's business. They're gonna need a washing. $74 tomorrow. It was so nice out today. Went to the apple orchard. Wore the kids out. Took a bunch of pictures. So one of the few times I get to bust out my camera and take some decent pictures. My DSLR camera, not my stupid phone. Although my phone probably takes better pictures. Not gonna lie. But it's just different taking pictures with the DSLR. Glad you're still here. I'm gonna schedule a Halo night here soon. This one's prime gray, so the screen is gray and not white. The wash isn't going to do anything to it. Nice. My DeLorean. Time for another drink. I'm empty. Three-quarters of an ounce simple syrup. My DeLorean. Mix it up, mix it up. And some ice. And then 2 ounces of whiskey. Stir, stir, stir. All right. Metal, you gonna play Night Rain later? I'm getting on around 10. I think it'd be 4 of us. Woo, that one's strong. My DeLorean. Two people watching. Thanks, guys. Like and share the video, the stream. We're just kicking it, having a drink on a Saturday. Living the dream, guys. I'm gonna hit this one with one more coat of yellow, and then I'm gonna call it good. If that black dot doesn't go away, it's already gone. Sweet. All right. Let's see. Oh, all right. I'm going with sunshines because those are basically circles. Sunshine. Thin my paint a little. Get a little more control. Just grab a little bit over here. Do a little bit of work over here. See, I don't want to do more than one layer with something so not super important. I mean, I'm painting little sunshines on the blanket here. It's just going to turn out to be polka dots. I can already tell. It's so hard to randomize this. I just accidentally did it in almost a pattern, which makes it look super dumb. Okay, one more. I'm gonna do it big. That's all right, right? That's not bad. Does it look like sunshine or little suns? I think it's good. Throw a wash on there. Make it look nice. Washes make everything look nice. Well, it doesn't help you are sitting in the chair, which ends up turning into a bed. All right, I'm gonna bust out a smaller brush now. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Get this little guy. 00, baby. Look at this thing. Tiny. So basically I'm laying a lighter color for brighter colors, like a bright neon green on these screens. Because that shit won't show up on a black screen. You gotta put something light behind it. So if you follow miniature painting at all and you see people airbrushing, like oftentimes you'll see a white layer go down for like OSL or anything like that, and then the colored layer after. I don't know if people do that all the time, but I see it a lot. So just trying to help it out a little bit here. And then after I do the wash, I will go over it again because the wash is going to dull down the color. So, you know what? Those suns, since I got the 00 out, I'm going to put some little sun rays coming off the side. Make sure my fat head isn't in the way. It's not bad. I'm not even going to tell Ezra, the player, that these are suns. I'll let him look at it and figure it out. James might say something. Or GM, he was just in chat. There we go. It looks sweet. All right. What do we got for? I am going to. I got to get a different brush. Actually, no. I'm not going to do that. That's going to make a mess. Get a vibrant purple here. Spectral purple. I got a lot of purples because my 40K army is purple. That is the color. And no, it's not freaking Emperor's Children. It's a purple Death Guard army. Purple and orange. Contrasting colors, or somewhat. But purple, when you look at Ebola virus under a microscope, they are purple. So I went with purple. Also, I love the color purple. Currently, I only have one of the miniatures fully painted. Not too bad. Dust effects on them turned out pretty sweet. It's only a 1,000-point army right now. Half of it's 3D printed. Because who wants to pay those prices? Okay? Okay? Not me. Monster. Ooh, Starry Night blanket. Anybody curious about the music? It's the midnight. Saw him in concert with my brother John. It's fucking awesome. They did an excellent job. Very good showman. Especially their saxophone player. The dude would disappear and show up in the balcony and just blast his saxophone. It's freaking awesome. So, I think yellow is the last kind of star I'm going to do on this. This is a Starry Night Galaxy blanket. This is a little bed. It'll go in a big spaceship. I'm like into the fine details of this giant project that I'm doing for Traveller Ttrpg 2nd edition. It's a Scout S type spaceship, so it looks like an arrowhead, if you know what that is. It's like a triangle, but it's pretty large. We've got very few pieces left to do, so it's just like the nitty-gritty details right now. I'm just trying to hammer it out. I want to move on. I want to move on. A while ago, I said, no more new projects until I finish the one I'm on. That's why I'll move my camera just a bit. You can see these miniatures all over. That's because I cannot help myself. And I'm a terrible person. And I just keep piling and piling and piling projects up. Not to mention, I've got these. So I do actually like to paint, even though I'm painting very shitty right now. And I like busts. And there's some that I wanted, like this one I got from Adepticon. Is it Neko Galaxy? You should follow him on Instagram. He sculpts these himself. Beautiful sculpts. Freaking beautiful. I love them. Logo could use some work, but that's fine. This is essentially the sculpt, but it's the art piece. I'm sure this based off the actual sculpt. God, this doesn't even do it justice pulling it out of here. I would like to do this at some point too. I've got lots of bust drawings in my sketchbooks. And I've got a 3D printer. But it's so nice. I would like to, you know, like test my metal and freaking paint some of this stuff at some point. But I'm stuck on this damn ship. I gotta get it done. Especially because we are 13 sessions into our Traveller campaign. Granted, only the last 3 sessions, we've actually seen or had the ship on the game board, like the maps and stuff, while we're playing at the table. All my tabletop RPGs are in person at our table. I've got a wooden table behind me. It's got an inset play area. It's got dice rollers, cup holders, bottle openers, plugins, nice little shelving underneath to put maps and stuff like that. It's got speakers hooked up into it. LED lights, you know, kind of the whole thing. It's got a TV in the center too. So we typically like to have miniatures and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm trying to get this done so I can get it off my freaking table. Okay, so right now these are like relay TVs or screens in these beds that sit in the spaceship. These here. And I did like the white scribbly lines, or like writing. When I think of writing in the sci-fi world, it's usually on the screen, it's like bright green. And I've done that in the past, and normally I use Citadel's Moot Green. It's so bright and it looks great. I've never used this in an airbrush before. I just put it on my brush. But I think I'm gonna try this one. Poisonous Cloud. It's not an effect paint or anything, so it should be good, and it's really bright. It's kind of a different bright, but whatever. see what it looks like. Ew. It looks like a high vis. Alright. So I put the white down because this kind of thing you want to put on a bright background. And as you can see, the screen is black. Black equals not bright. So the white is kind of a requirement unless if you want to do 1,000 coats. Ooh, I don't know. It just looks like highlighter. I don't know if I like that. It's not bad, I guess. I'm gonna let that dry and do another coat. I don't know if I like that. Look how much I got on my freaking palette. Can you see that? I just dumped it all over my palette. And I'm doing these little lines. Stupid. It's not bad. Once I throw a wash on here. Yeah, I like it. You know what? I'm gonna do one in moot green. Just to compare. Ooh, I don't know. Can you see the difference there? Maybe not. Ooh, I don't know. They both look pretty shitty. Not big enough to do anything different. They're different for sure, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna do two different washes on this. I got my Nolan Oil original recipe, and so I want like a brown, a lighter brown. I might have to water down something. So I'll use another Citadel because I would like to get these off my board. So the majority I'm going to use Nolan Oil. This is the original recipe, the last bottle I have. And then the brown parts I'm going to do snakebite leather. But I'm going to water this down because this stuff is pretty strong. And I'm going to switch back to my number 3 brush. My monster. It's not even that big. Whoops. Like that. It's like magic. Wow. So I'm gonna dump it in there. It looks so good when you throw it in there. Yep. Come down here. I'm gonna be a little more careful doing this because I don't want, this stuff doesn't dry quite as quick as the acrylic paints I was just using, and I don't want these to mix. I really want the white pillow and the white around the monitor to be hit with a very light brown. See if I can find a, okay, so this is what I did not too long ago, but you can kind of see how it's aged and kind of dirty. This is kind of an extreme example. It looks pretty bad, but that's kind of what I want it to look like on the pillow and the monitor there. So I'm gonna be a little more controlled with this, the wash. Ideally, do not do this with your brush. Bristles don't like that. You usually want to pull away. But this is my do everything brush, and this project is also a not that big a deal project. I swear I'm better at painting than what I'm displaying here. I swear it. I'm just sort of at my wit's end with this project. Not because it's not fun, but because it's literally taking so freaking long. Bam, that looks sick, man. Looks pretty good. And I'm gonna let that dry just a little. Nettle? I agree. Frankie is now in his second campaign. He deserves a freaking mini, man. He's been a baller. Anyone new watching, Frankie is a med tech. So we play Cyberpunk 2020. That's what the video game Cyberpunk 2077 was based off of. Right now, we are in a campaign called The Fourth Corporate War, Stormfront. So, if you played 2077, the opening sequence of you being Johnny Silverhand, where you're on top of that building, Arasaka building, and it blows up, and Adam Smasher is there. The culmination of the campaign that we're playing right now leads to that point. So, that's what we're playing right now, and Frankie is a med tech. That means he's very tech savvy. He is basically a healer of some sorts for the group, but he has gone through one full campaign that was played more as a what do you call it? I can't remember what it's called. I got a brain fart right now, but it's like when you, there's 8 episodes in a season, but each episode is something totally different. Like is it Love, Death, and Robots? I can't remember what the heck that's called. It starts with an A, I think. Anthology. Ha ha! But he survived that, and that whole time he didn't have a mini. He used a D&D mini. Totally fine. That's cool. Doesn't matter. But he deserves a mini. He deserves a mini, man. He made it. He's making waves. I would love to see that mini. Weirdly enough, I inherited a bunch of minis from one of our other players. A bunch of D&D minis or Pathfinder minis. He used to play Pathfinder with his group on a weekly basis, and he just had hundreds of minis, and he didn't need them anymore. And one of them was like looked like a sign. It looked just like Frankie, except for kind of small, like a dwarf size instead of regular human size. But that was funny. But yeah, I'd love to see a mini of Frankie, man. Do I advocate for color prints like Hero Forge does? Not necessarily. I would rather paint a mini, but it's me. Of course, I say that, and just out of. So I do think for these streams, I'm not really looking for anything from them. I really just want to feed my YouTube channel because I'm really kicking myself in the ass and like doing myself a disservice by not getting videos out, but I can't go any faster than I am making these. So doing a stream at the very least is best. I don't like. I'm seriously just gonna chill, listen to music I want to listen to. I don't care if I get copyright, and just because the point of the channel is community and kicking it, hanging out, and when I do that, I don't stifle myself with worrying about copyright. So I don't give a crap about if I get flagged or anything like that. So yeah. I don't really care about any of that stuff on my streams. So it's just a hangout session. Hopefully sometimes I'll have guests. Some of the guys from the table. Hopefully we'll come and hang out, either doing some hobby stuff or playing games. I'm sure I can get a couple of them over, but ideally that's what this will be. Just something to feed the YouTube monster and tell him that, hey, I'm not dead. I'm still doing stuff on the channel. But this hobby shit takes forever. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I like the freaking... These look badass with the freaking Nuln Oil. Nuln Oil is the king, man. Eat it. God damn it. I've yet to spill a Citadel pot, by the way. Anybody watching that paints miniatures? I don't know if that's a rite of passage or what, but I've not done it yet, and I don't plan to. I see all the horror posts online. I'm vigilant. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I swear I post videos. But the channel's about community, playing games, making shit, hanging out. Ooh, this looks too dark. All right, I'm gonna mess it up on mine. It looks too dark. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm not gonna like it. I need more water. So I want this to be really light. More water. If I can break a wash. All right, let's try it out. It's going on the pillow. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Look at that. Oh, it's a grungy pillow. Okay, let's do the monitor. That's perfect. I did it. Look. Can you see it? Can you see it? My shot's delayed. It turned out. Stop tipping it, my wash is falling to one side. Alright, do these other ones quick. Bam! 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 Anybody know what that's from? If you do, you're old. I was at the, we have an apple orchard. It's like 10 minutes south of us. And like pumpkin patches and hay rides and, you know, the whole 9 yards. And it's me, my family, my mom, and my niece. We're all there. And my wife's like, we need to get a picture because we never have family pictures. We have a couple family pictures, so it's an exaggeration, but I understand what she's saying. So I had my mom. It's like, hey, Mom, will you take a picture of us? We need a family picture. So she's got my DSLR, and she's trying to take a picture. She's like, it's not working. I'm like, okay, bring it over here. Let me look at it. And I look at it, and I'm like, oh, it's not on. I need to turn it on. And as I'm looking at the camera in my arms around her neck, she's looking at me and she goes, Brandon, you got gray in your mustache. I'm like, Mom, yeah, I know, okay? I'm like, what the hell? I know I got gray. My bones creak, Mom. So it was just like, yes, Mom, I'm old. I'm getting older. Non-oil or that brown wash on the blankets. I don't want to do, I feel like I don't want to do the brown wash. Because then it just blends in with the pillow? I'll do the brown wash. You convinced me. Okay. Music-wise, I don't know who this is. It's Exhausted. It's Midnight playlist. and it's swapped to someone else. So, if you watch miniature content, you probably know who Midwinter Minis is. He made a what the heck are they called? Not diagram. A little scene of a band. Got brain farts all night here. But it was in conjunction with the band called Gunship. They made a 40K song. Well, Gunship is basically the same kind of music as The Midnight, which I was just listening to. Gunship is also great. Wolf Club is really good. Health, or Heath, however you want to say that, is really good. Cannon is really good. Lots of good stuff out there. 80s synth music. I love it. My wife absolutely hates it. But that's okay. We don't have to like everything together. All right, last step. Oh, I lied. That's not the last step. Okay. I'm going to put a cap on the paint here for pictures. So, take my glasses off because I can see good close up. I don't know where my X-Acto knife is. There it is. Bust it up. All right, so some of these. All right, so some of these are, so these are meant to be posters on the walls inside the ship. Just to give it a little touch of detail. One of our players is always trying to get chicks, so we got a bunch of pinup girls. We got like 4 posters of pinup girls. Some of these are meant to be books. So, Promenade 1 is a poster for the bedrooms. Promenade and Traveller. I think it's a thing. I don't think my GM made it up. Basically, it's like a sport. But it's like a dance competition where you try to score points, not crash into each other, and rise in levels, as far as I understand it. And visually, if you've seen like Tron Legacy, when he goes in and they start throwing the discs at each other, that's sort of what it looks like visually, but it's more of a cylindrical thing, and they're dancing and this kind of thing. But one of our players in Traveller is a retired Promenade athlete, and he's used to be very good, so he's got Got a little poster made out for him that'll go up on his wall in his bedroom in the ship. Nice little touch there. Let's see. Okay. Don't need these anymore. Let's start to clean up. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do your share. So I didn't get as far as I'd hoped tonight. I got 20 minutes left. I'm going to log off. I got some gaming I'm going to do. Playing Elden Ring Night Rain here in just a bit with some people. Game is super fun, but I suck balls at it. Blue. Okay. So for these, I need, there it is. This is basically, this is Mod Podge. In here, Mod Podge is like a, you go to Walmart, you find it in the crafting aisle. It's like a glue, but it has less water in it. So it's Elmer's glue with less water, pretty much. And I'm going to use that to glue these posters to the wall. And I need a brush that I don't like, because the brush will be basically worthless after I put glue in it. I got a full drawer of brushes. It cost me like 2 cents. There we go. It's already kind of crusty. Dead. That The Walking Dead to me is one of the greatest shows ever, but only during its time. Like, when I discovered the show, it was like the best thing ever. And I found myself going back and watching season 1 specifically. Like, I don't know how many times I watched that season. At least 20 times. At least. Kelly would complain all the time because I'd be watching The Walking Dead again. Like, it's just so good, man. But yeah, it's a good show. And yes, Shane was right. I complain about the lights in my house all the time. Luca, if you don't think this is like a thing for girls, anybody watching this, my daughter is 4. She cannot shut off a light to save her life. Bathroom light, her toy closet is perpetually on. I shut it off all the time. Okay, so I got it on there. Looks nice. If I dick with it too much on there though, I could already tell when I wiped off the glue on here, the glue is tinted. So with the ink, I just got this stupid ink printer. It's not, I don't know if there's anything better, but it's just gonna rub off or whatever. the ink. I don't know how it's going to dry with these little tiny micro bubbles on there, so I'm trying to get them off. I don't want to futz with it too much. It looks sweet. Look at that. That's so cool. I love it. All right, this is the promenade one. Yeah, our last session of Traveller, we had escaped one planet with our ship. We stole it back from some bastards that stole it from us. And it just so happened Agathon, our promenade player, the guy I had mentioned earlier in the stream, we were close to his planet, his like home planet, I believe. So we went there, you know, to kind of cool our jets and deal with our shit. And we ended up getting some good feedback from some of his buddies that he knew. Our next mission, which seems pretty sketchy. We're in the middle of it. We're not in the middle of it, but we're at the beginning of it, which we've already run into some issues against some people trying to sneak into this place that's not marked on any map. So looks pretty nice on there, man. Posters are sweet. Super personalized. I love it. Alright. Let's see here. So, I'm going to take the last 10 minutes to kind of talk about my next stream. Next stream is 2 weeks from now exactly. I'm going to be playing Death Wizards. So, Death Wizards is a game, miniature skirmish game. There's solo, co-op, and there's versus. Basically, instead of the usual, you're playing the bad guy. You're the necromancer, and you're killing the heroes and the villagers and stuff like that. And this game is made by Snarling Badger Studios. Adam Loper, Vincent Ventrilo. I always have trouble with that last name, but Vincey V, if you're in the know. But this game it's got to be one of the more, because you're the bad guy, and on the back end you're leveling up all your undead. You're leveling up your necromancy's base, and you can choose different bases that give you different buffs and stuff like that. They got all these different kinds of necromancers, which when I think of a necromancer, I don't think of these other variations of a necromancer. I just think of someone raising the dead. But they went through, and of course, you're making a game, you've got to kind of do that thing. But it's nice that they bring it forward here. Dread Horde Masters, War Reaper, Controller, Monster Master, Spirit Caller, Stitcher, and you get this huge list of different minions and stuff like that. Each one has their own stats, and then they do have scenarios in here that goes through that get more progressively more difficult and stuff like that. So my stream 2 weeks from now will be this. I don't know if I'll have someone with me to play, but I can play solo if I need to, which is totally fine. But this game, I really wanted to dive into this game so bad. I've got another book that I got quite some time ago, but it's basically undead. It's like an encyclopedia or something like that of undead from around the world and how different cultures categorize undead in the different kind of, I don't know if you would say, like Bigfoot and Mothman and, you know, that kind of thing. The different kinds of stuff out there. So I really want to take those and put them into this game and make stats for them and stuff like that and really build onto this game a little bit. But yeah, this is what I'll be playing next, or 2 weeks from now, at my table. I'll show you the setup and everything like that. I've got some terrain. I'll have decent miniatures. They should be painted. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm going to close shop and get my rig set up, ready to play some Night Rain. If you were here live, I appreciate it. You know, we're just kicking it, hanging out, nothing super exciting or special. Having a few drinks. Trying to look at the chat. I took off my glasses so I can't see crap now. But yeah, stream's over. Like, subscribe, the whole shindig. Catch us back here every couple weeks doing something, streaming, and then I'll be posting videos as I can get them finished. Yeah. Check you guys later.